everything set up real quick, y'all. 1 second. I hate when it happens. Hopefully it don't happen again. He said tonight. No, bro, I'm not going. I'm not meeting nobody to buy any phones tonight. 1 second, y'all. Trying to make sure this video is good. Again, I apologize. Perfect. Let me pull Discord back up. We're gonna be talking to my guy. I think I know exactly what happened. It was me vibing out too hard, y'all. It was me vibing out too hard, y'all. That's exactly what it was. Alright, let's move that over here. Yeah, for real, it probably was the fact that all jokes aside, it really probably was the fact that I was vibing and I had the lights on and all of that, and I'm using a lot of power right now. I don't know. I'm over here. Check me out trying to make excuses for the fact that this dang electric not working or whatever it got going. But let me just do this. Appreciate y'all. Technical difficulties and all that. Cool. Alright, we back. Ow. Alright. Call my guy. Andrew is my guy.
Hey there, Brandon. I'm here.
Alright. Cool. Apologize. I apologize.
Oh, that's all good. You guys getting power storms there, or just you have a faulty breaker, or what?
It gotta be a faulty breaker, just using a lot of power, probably. That's probably it. Because it's no storm right now, so I'm like, what the heck?
I was just asking because we actually had a power outage here like 3 or 4 days ago. So. Yeah. Nah. Hence my joke about maybe the Tesla driving by.
Yeah, I was cracking up. So what I do want to ask you is, so you were talking about how you were thinking about a product box.
I was talking about thinking about picking up a product box and either a 4 or an 8 piece pod box. The reason I was leaning towards the 8 pods is because I figure the 4s are going to sell really, really effing fast. Whereas if I get an 8-piece box, if I get through like half the box, I can order another box, so there's no downtime, if that makes sense.
Yep. So, believe it or not, that's what a lot of people do. Okay. And what you'll hear from me, especially when we're talking about the replicas, is they're definitely.
And
go ahead.
And my thought process insofar as the pods and the product box in general was to stick primarily with eBay and Mercari. Admittedly, I'll probably list, some of them on, like, I know you said that on OfferUp it's kind of pointless to list AirPods because the damn thing is so saturated.
It's so saturated with replicas.
Now, has that been your experience also with Facebook, or have you even? Or have you even ever listed them on Facebook, so to speak?
I have listed them on Facebook. The problem with Facebook is if you don't list them right, they're just going to get taken down over and over and over again. So it's
it's not pretty similar to dealing with with
eBay or
Mercari or eBay.
It's not. So the one thing, um, we really hate listing on Facebook when it comes to AirPods, because AirPods are very lucrative, but Facebook always has some type of firewall, some type of prevention tactic, and they always updating their firewalls. And like you said, how meticulous it could be to list things. Hence, when you were talking about the phone listings,
right? As far as building up a normalcy to your account, so the algorithm doesn't detect you. Yeah,
exactly. So that's pretty annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that for sure. So
it's pretty annoying.
Your advice primarily for the pods is basically stick to either Mercari and eBay.
Yeah, like my advice for AirPods is to stick with Mercari or eBay.
Okay.
And also always know that, like, with the pods, you can literally price them at what you want, but also it's a huge asset to have. Prime example, like my girlfriend, she loses her AirPods probably like every other month, and instead of continuously buying real ones, she uses the
well, yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Going back to one of your videos you did, I want to say like a month and a half or two ago, when you were showing the real ones versus the reproduction side by side.
Yeah.
The only thing I noticed in difference was the light wasn't as vivid and bright. That's the only difference.
So the ones that we have now, that was one of the biggest issues I wanted to try and address. And the one we have now is definitely brighter, but again, that was probably the only discrepancy I would even note. And
and you probably wouldn't even notice it unless they were side by side.
Exactly. So she honestly, like, literally, I'm on my way to get the kids from school, and she asked me, she's like, how much for AirPods? Because she already knows how I feel about her consistently losing them. And I'm like, I don't know. But it just brought a realization to me, like, these things are literally great sellers, not only because they're great replicas, but because people always lose them. So it's just so much potential. Like, even if hypothetically you don't sell them right away, which I have not had that issue. Like, I haven't heard anybody really sitting on them. But even if you didn't sell them right away, they're always like you.
Yeah, and like you said, we're going into Black Friday and holiday season, and the prices. I got to tell you, the prices that I'm seeing on OfferUp for Apple 15 series right now that people are trying to sell in Sacramento area, where my friend is helping me out, is effing ludicrous.
Probably
Case in point, I had to piss a guy off today because, well, he kind of bullshitted me. I don't know if you saw this post.
On Discord?
I was buying. Yeah, on Discord. I was buying a iPhone 15 128 unlocked. Okay. And I wasn't a big deal, but I didn't run the IMEI prior to the meeting. So as soon as she got there, I said, "Hey, send me a snapshot of the IMEI off of the about screen."
Right.
So she sends me the IMEI, and I ran it through SICW, and I said, "Hey, do me a favor. Pass the phone over to him real quick so I can chat with the gentleman." And she says, "Sure." And I say, "Okay." She passes me over, and I said, "Hey, I don't know if you're aware of this, but your iPhone 15 is locked to Verizon." And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's got service with Verizon." I said, "No, you don't understand. It's not service with Verizon. In your ad, my understanding, at least the way you listed it, was that it was unlocked and currently had service with Verizon. It's not unlocked. It's locked with Verizon."
And you want to know something? That's where a lot of people, they're really annoying me with that, because a lot of people are saying unlock T-Mobile, unlock Verizon. Like, it's not unlocked.
Right. It's not. No, it's not. If it says SIM restriction, that's not fucking unlocked.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
and we'd agreed, and it was nice because he actually had the box and the accessories, because let's face it, it's not an old model. So I was like, oh, cool. This will be, it's not going to be a non-box HSO kind of thing, you know?
Right. Yep.
And I said, we agreed upon, we had agreed upon, what the hell did we agree upon? We had agreed upon $375 because I was looking at the buyback list. And just to refresh my memory, let me look at it real fast. The 128 unlocked was $500. So I'm like, shit, I'm going to get, $125 profit. Right. And he goes, oh, well, okay. And I go, because it's locked, it can't be used on another account.
Exactly.
And he goes, oh, well, I could lower the price. And I said, okay. And he goes, we could do 3.5. And I go, realistically, if it's a locked phone, I said, my offer for you is $310 because it's a locked phone, And he goes, oh, I can't do that. And I said, well, have a nice day.
Exactly. And when you said have a nice day, what did he say? Nothing.
He said nothing. He said okay, and he took his phone and he left.
Yep. So,
but I don't know if he understands, that the 15 cannot be used when it's on his effing account. So, the one thing that I was looking into was, I said, hey, Stace, question. And she said, yeah. And I said, you guys still have a Best Buy nearby, right? And she goes, yeah. And I said, go into Best Buy and ask them what the value would be on a 15 locked trade-in.
Right.
And she said, okay. And I said, because if they'll do locked trade-ins, if we have a situation like this again, we have a quick method to dump these sons of bitches. Because I'm not buying a phone to make $40-$50 profit personally. That's, by the time you ship it and everything else, it's like you're scrambling for pennies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not worth it at that point. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, case in point, like if I on the what was it, the God, what was it? The 14 that I sent you.
Yeah.
It ended up getting gigged because of a couple of things, but I still ended up making $90. So I was like, you know what? It's a good profit. It's a good profit, but at 50, I'm kind of like, unless I can move it within a day or two, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like when it comes to being able to make a profit, I completely agree with you. Like I feel as though a good profit margin is definitely going to have to be like 70 and above, especially at this time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because let's face it, by the time you deal with shipping and everything, even if you did it at 70, you're probably only going to clear like 55, 60 by the time you're done with shipping and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. No. Now,
but anyway,
on a good note,
I don't understand. If he knew that he's kind of shit out of luck because it's a locked phone, or if he's going to try to sell it to somebody who doesn't fucking know any better.
Yeah, and on a good note, right? So one thing, remember when we were talking about unlocking phones via SIC?
Right.
So I actually went and tried to do that, and it unlocked a T-Mobile phone. So
really,
it really is that simple.
Holy shit!
Unlock the T-Mobile phone, it just got to be a clean IMEI. So
right, as long as it's not iCloud or blacklisted.
Yeah, and it worked.
Okay.
It did. It says like 5 minutes, but it took probably a day. But
yeah, that's not bad. Though.
Yeah, and the reason I'm telling you that is because if you can sit there and if you get an AT&T locked phone, you could potentially be able to unlock it.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see, the way I'm looking at it is this: if SICW works, here's the deal. If SICW works and Best Buy works, here's my thought process. I buy the phones, even if, let's face it, even if I'm buying it at, say, a $50 or $60 under ceiling, right?
Right.
If I buy it $50 or $60 under ceiling, I get the IMEI and the info from the phone, and I try to run it through SICW.
Right.
if the phone unlocks, fantastic. Now I can sell it either. I can sell it either to direct buyer or potentially swap it, right?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't unlock, if Best Buy is a go, I just have her take it into Best Buy within a day or two and take trade-in value.
Yeah, and that is true. I mean,
and now I can buy a brand new phone, unlocked, free and clear, and sell that son of a bitch for top dollar.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that is true. It's definitely a whole bunch of
I
different
just like that idea because now I got a backup plan if the unlock doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And again, I wouldn't do too many of the unlockings because it got to be clean, and what that means is not just it can't have a blacklist. It has to be clean on that account that it's coming off of. So
meaning
what I realized, meaning that it can't be it can't be flagged by that company that they owe money.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that's what I realized from this whole unlocking process. So while unlocking the phone is great, it's like I haven't yet tried to unlock a phone that I got from a wholesale seller, like somebody getting it off of an account and just bringing it to me. So that's my next step.
Is there any way? I know SickW gives you a lot of info because I'm kind of OCD. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I run the IMEIs and everything, I do not do the standard FMI or the blacklist like you do.
Yeah.
For 7 cents.
Yeah. What do you run?
I run FMI and blacklist for 14 cents, which gives me a whole F ton of data.
Okay.
So I can see just about every deadgum thing SickW knows about said phone. To your knowledge, is there any way without being the account holder to finding out if there's still a balance on the phone? Does that make sense?
No, it does completely. No, because you can't, only because that would go against privacy policy. So the only reason why SickW won't be able to do that is because that technically would be invading, just basically.
Right. I didn't know if there was a way, not necessarily to give a balance, but to just give you a
is it on finance or is it not?
Right. Is it still financed? Is there still a balance? Yes or no? Basically, was what I was.
Yeah. So from what I know, no.
Okay.
But again, the beauty of it is I don't know everything. So
sure.
So
okay.
I'm looking.
Well,
at
I would
now.
love. I would love to hear your insights insofar as what you find doing the unlock with, not necessarily a non-financed account, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, a financed account, and the phone's not 100% clean as a whistle, so to speak, to see what your results are.
Yeah, I'll let you know because I am going to run.
I definitely like the idea though. Because from everybody that I'm talking to and listening to, because like I said, I'm kind of an octopus as far as I listen to various things and sources, etc., and kind of like homogenize all of the data points together and kind of share from one source to another. Hey, I heard about this. Did you know about this, etc.
Right.
So I really like the idea of having the Best Buy backup. And the reason I like Best Buy specifically is, from what I understand, there's actually been people that have done Apple trade-ins for Best Buy, and Best Buy is not very thorough. In other words, I guess
exactly what method you're talking about. We used to do that in high school.
Yeah. Because my understanding is when you go into Apple, they hook it into a damn analyzation machine and everything. Whereas Apple, they just look at it, or excuse me, not Apple, but Best Buy, they just eyeball it, and is the IMEI clean, and they're good. They don't care if it's an aftermarket screen or any of that other kind of.
Oh no, because regardless, they can't change it regardless. So
right,
they don't care, and they don't have the machine to test it. But
right, and and they're still giving you value as if it was an original screen, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you're saying is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked that idea as a backup because that gives me a backup if like you said, the Verizon unlocks don't work. And secondarily, I was talking to a gentleman today. I don't know you saw this post either. He used to be a top-rated seller on eBay back in the day. And he was selling phones on eBay. And top-rated seller was selling iCloud locked phones. Not blacklisted, clean phone, but they were iCloud locked. Well, eBay, when he started selling these in any kind of degree of volume, etc., flagged his account. Long story short, he got banned from eBay and can't use his freaking account anymore. Right. So as far as being able to get rid of iCloud lock phones, eBay is potentially a short-term solution, but it is not a long-term solution, especially if you're selling any degree of volume. And in my experience,
well, you got to think about it like this. I would never sell an iCloud lock phone on eBay. You want to know why? Because that puts too much trust in the buyer's hand for them not to complain. You got to think about it. eBay is full of scams.
Oh, I already have. I already have sold a phone like that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You can sell a phone like that and it be successful, but you come across, the more you sell, the more likely you're going to have turnover. You're more likely you're going to have customer complaints, right? So that's just with anything.
Right. But what I did specifically when I did it
is you crossed your T's and dotted your I's. I'm sure.
I did it like NG talks about it. When they bought it, I reached out to them via message and said, "Did you read the description of the phone? You understand this is a non-functional phone, is good for parts."
And you got that in writing?
Yeah, I got that on my message history, and they said, "Yes, I understand." And I said, "Okay, as long as you understand, then I will ship. But if you do not understand that and respond here, I'm not going to ship."
And that's exactly what you do, and that's good, you know. I think that's the way to go about it, but you got to understand, people, that's not how they used to go about it. They used to just trust that they understood what they were buying, and then when
oh, I know. Yeah. Well, let's face it, it's a combination of shady ass people and lazy people. You know how many times I've seen people reach out on a listing and ask you questions that are answered in the effing listing.
Oh yeah, a lot.
I would say probably 70% of the time. Like literally.
No, you're right.
So, but it sucks because that means basically eBay is not a good solution for getting rid of iCloud locks. So, one of the things, I don't know what their
Are you telling me that you willingly buy iCloud lock phones? Is that what you're saying?
Oh God, no. Not now. Not now, for damn sure. Because I understood before, even if I got my hands on an iCloud lock, as long as I could get it on as long as I could get it at a good price point,
well,
I could sell.
That's still now.
I could sell it for parts on eBay. But the problem is, everybody knows they can sell those phones for parts on eBay. So you know what everybody's trying to sell their phone for?
Dirt cheap.
Too damn much. Too damn much. So it makes no damn sense to buy the sons of bitches. The only way, and I'm having Stacy look, my buddy down there in Sacramento look into it. I'm having her check because they check for blacklist, but I'm not sure how thoroughly Best Buy looks into iCloud and if they allow iCloud trade-ins.
Oh, they look at the iCloud for sure.
Yeah.
Because you gotta think about it. They don't look at the iCloud, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that device. But go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just wondering because, if I come across iCloud locked phones, not that I'm going to buy them purposefully, but if I end up getting, for whatever reason, if I end up stuck with another one, etc., I want to have a way to get rid of the sons of bitches. and frankly, no disrespect to direct buyers everywhere, but based on the prices, you know what I mean? It's just they suck. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And
So
that's true. But you
the
also
only,
gotta understand
the
direct.
only other solution I had was potentially being able to sell to a repair shop for parts.
Yeah. All right. So that's a lot to unpack, right?
Okay.
Hold on. So buyers, right? You gotta look at it like this. The buyers' prices, they don't, I won't say they suck, but they're definitely only geared towards you having multiple devices, right? Because see, the thing is, with buyers are meant to make it convenient. Like that's the only reason why you would sell to a buyer, because you can sell any device.
Well, they're convenient and it's fast money.
It's fast money, right? But when it comes to like you doing Best Buy, see, here's the thing: Best Buy, the trading you're going to get for Best Buy isn't going to even be equivalent to a buyer's price, because Best Buy still has to make their profit. So what Best Buy is going to do is Best Buy is going to give you a gift card, and I get what you're saying. When you're I guess saying that you want to buy a brand new device with their gift card, I get it.
Right.
It takes
I'm just
time.
I'm just looking at that to see what the price discrepancy is for selling, for example. For example, selling a iPhone 15 128 gigabyte, to borrow today's example.
Yeah.
How much am I getting from the direct buyer versus how much trade-in value am I getting?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I get exactly what you're saying. You have to have multiple ways. You have to, because in this game, things can change at a drop of a dime, and that's where we just gotta adapt.
And now that I know eBay is completely out the window as far as phones go, unless it's unlocked.
Well, you can sell a locked phone, carrier locked phone, but see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's risk wherever you're selling a phone online. I don't sell a lot of phones online unless they're on OfferUp. That's my thing.
Why do you stick to OfferUp though?
Because with OfferUp, I'm gonna be quite frank, right? With OfferUp, I have the option to literally sell that phone to somebody right away. And once they
you're meeting them in person, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, I know. Now, here's the thing. You can also have that option to list and for people to buy and pay for it to be shipped. Like I have somebody, let me see.
Now listing it with
right? You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Listing it to where it's a shipping option, I would be okay with that.
Like this guy right here today, like this guy, he brought this MagSafe charger and he wants me to ship it, but I really I really have until November 11th to ship it. I ship it, get the money directly to my account. So you just go here.
Now, what is eBay, or excuse me, what does OfferUp use for a payment transaction? Are they using Cash App? Are they?
Like my
they're using a bank transfer.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I would just hit this right here, and then it displays all of my bank account information.
Okay. Yeah. Same as mine.
Yeah.
So it's very similar. Excuse me. Not same as mine. I was gonna say it's very similar to Mercari then.
Very. That's what I'm saying. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that's where it's like if you really honestly didn't want to meet up with people,
meet people in person.
Yeah. So like what I do is I don't even think I had these things up here. Okay. So I have multiple OfferUps, and I just started this one because I wanted to put a certain store name on it, and like I had this iPhone 15 Pro, right? And this I was already going to sell it to a buyer. Already, but I wanted to actually see if I can get it for $20 higher than what I was already about to get from the buyer. I listed it on OfferUp, and then I ended up getting somebody that met me to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, so and you don't want to meet, but what I'm saying is, the point is, you can be open to finding somebody that wants to get it shipped to them, and then that's just another avenue,
Basically, in addition to the idea of trading in locked phones and or selling on Swappa, the possibility is to list it on OfferUp, and then after, like, say 5 to 7 days has passed, if it hasn't moved, go ahead and send it into a direct buyer, as an example.
Exactly, and that's what I do, because locking the phone, the phone's being locked, iCloud locked or whatever, on OfferUp, I can sell those easy. You know what I mean? Like, I can sell iCloud locked, passcode locked.
Really?
Yeah, you can sell those on OfferUp more.
I didn't realize that IC lock and passcode locked, passcode makes sense, but IC locked, I didn't realize that was a possibility on OfferUp. Okay.
See, OfferUp has endless possibilities. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. Like, I hadn't even considered that. That's a nugget for sure.
I'm not sure if you've heard of. Well, I'm sure you have, but in Philly, they were doing looting when George Floyd died, and when all these other people died. People were just going downtown.
They were doing what now?
Looting. They were just going downtown and.
Oh yeah. Now, busting into stores and looting and shit. Yeah,
acting like buffoons. But
unfortunately, I remember that fiasco. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, when they were doing that, it's like, you get the option to list them on OfferUp, and people were doing it. And I've had a few people, even now, I don't know what just happened where people were looting. I'm not sure, I forget, but something happened in Philly or somewhere, and somebody died, and then they started doing the same thing. And a few weeks ago, I came across like 4 people that got looted phones, and they sold them on OfferUp. And I brought one. And no. I have a phone literally on me. Of a guy that said that he has a locked phone. It's a locked iPhone 12 Pro Max. I got this for $20. And
you got it for how much?
$20.
Oh wow!
And this phone.
I do not understand how you get phones that cheap. It still blows my mind.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a gift and a curse, because so the way I do it is a little bit different than other people, because people come to the store, and they'll come into the store with a phone that's like passcode locked, iCloud locked. They just found it on the bus. They'll just come to the store and they'll say, I want to sell it, and I just have my guys say, hey, they say, hey, Brandon, how much? And I'll say, man, tell them $20, and then you just tell them $20. It's all about demographic. That's all it is, honestly, because I brought and I lied to you not. I brought an iPhone 12 Pro, shattered back but perfect screen, plus a pair of brand new real AirPods. I lied to you now. How much you think I paid?
Ginger, go to your room. Now.
$20.
$20?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
$20.
How the hell did you... Wow.
And the guy was asking for $100. But what I told him, I was like, the shattered back is going to cost me about $80 to $100. I'm taking a gamble on this, man. Plus the phone.
Can I ask you a serious question? Do you actually have repair connections?
To what? To fixing the back?
To fixing backs.
Yeah.
Because I know enough about repairs to know that if you have somebody who has a laser,
laser machine. It's a
you can get, if you have somebody who has access to a laser, you can get a back fixed for like $40 tops.
Yeah, but the laser machine costs around $6,000.
Oh, I know. Like I said, if you know somebody who has a laser machine,
I know. I peep it. Yeah. So
you're picking up what I'm laying down.
Yeah, I am. So here's the thing. You can do it that way, or you can do it the unconventional way, which is what my repairman do. Because I'm not paying $6,000.
Razor blade?
No. Well, similar, but you take a heat gun. You remove. It's a lot of different steps. You got to remove the battery, and you actually are now heating the back up. The back is just. Go ahead.
My understanding, in addition to removing the battery, is it's a good idea to remove the chipset too when you use the glass breaker.
So yeah, so you got to remove the battery, then you remove the motherboard, and then after you do
Right.
that, it's just the casing. You take the so a lot of people don't know. All you're doing is chipping the glass off, and then the back is
Right.
just a sticky
Yeah.
plate. That's all. So it's
Yeah,
real easy.
you're cleaning the back off and shit. And if I remember correctly, my understanding is all the tools to do back repairs the old school way costs you like about $120.
Yeah, it's just
You know.
a pain in the ass.
It's just a pain in the ass, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to do one phone.
Yeah, and that's why they're usually
And
expensive.
that's assuming you know what the F you're doing, of course.
Yeah, and
So
it's very time consuming.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why
I've seen guys who know what they're doing who can whip it out in 20 minutes, but
without a laser machine.
without a laser machine. But you can tell that they've been doing it for a while, and it's still time consuming.
Yeah, I just honestly, I'm cool. I don't like doing backs, and I don't like doing iPads.
iPad
Are one
iPads?
of the worst things to do. Yes, it's very
as
messy.
far as repairs or as far as
Yeah.
dealing with.
As far as
okay.
repairs, they're very messy. And
got
if you
you.
mess it up, it's a wrap. It's a lot.
I got you. Well, the heads up about OfferUp is huge as far as if you end up stuck with a basically a parts phone. I'll definitely assimilate that. I'll definitely assimilate that. That just blew my mind that eBay is basically throwing people under the bus as far as oh, you're selling parts phones. We're gonna kick you off because we think you're selling stolen phones.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. It doesn't really surprise me.
It does, but it doesn't, because the fact he was a top-rated seller that had been with them for like 12 years.
They don't care. I'll tell you that they don't.
I'm just saying. A lot of those people that have been there that long, you would think that they'd take better care of their long-term people, but if they're throwing top-rated sellers under the bus, they don't give a fuck about anybody. Let's face it.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. When you go against them, it's over. If they honestly, it's not even just if you go against them. The one thing about eBay is they don't have any loyalty to the seller. None.
Right.
They have all loyalty to buyers, none to the sellers. That is one of the negatives with eBay.
Right, which sucks because let's face it, they wouldn't exist without the sellers too.
Yeah, they don't care. But yes, that's 100% accurate. That is so accurate, but they don't care.
Yeah. So that's good to know on OfferUp. I was flabbergasted when I was talking to somebody today, and they said they didn't buy iCloud Lock. They didn't. I mean, I understand based on what I'm hearing now that they don't go out of their way to buy iCloud Lock, obviously.
Yeah.
But they don't buy iCloud Lock. They don't buy Blacklisted, obviously, and they also didn't buy Passcode Lock. And I'm like, really? Why? That kind of stumped me. I'm like, well, Passcode's not hard. You just hook it to iTunes. And if you're a PC guy like me who doesn't have a MacBook to hook it to iTunes, you use a piece of software called 3U Tools, and it resets it. Done.
Yeah, but that's only if it doesn't have a iCloud on it, right?
That's only if it doesn't have an iCloud on it. Now, I admit with 14s and 15s, that's going to be harder to know ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
But with 13s and before, it's not going to be, a big deal.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to pull the SIM tray and go, oh, it's clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to look at the IMEI?
Yeah, to look at the IMEI and verify it's not an IC lock.
Yeah.
So.
The whole trick of resetting the passcode with the, hooking up to iTunes, that works, but what I will say is Apple's trying to make it even harder. That is really annoying because
that's why I bring up 3U tools. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
I've used it a long time ago, I believe, but I haven't recently. So yeah, I'm not that familiar with it any longer. I used to use it in my store.
My understanding is it's kind of the go-to software for iPhone repair folks. as far as assessing and figuring out what kind of malfunctions are going on and resetting passcode problems and all kinds of stuffs. Yeah. So
I try not to like deal with that. Like in store, I don't deal with it because I've had people call me saying I got this phone and all this other weird stuff. So I try just to.
Now, do you have repair guys at one of your store that's all they sit and do is repairs?
Every store, yeah. I got
okay.
one at every one. I got 3 different ones. Some are good at things.
Because I know some of the videos you've mentioned that you bought broken phones and such. I was thinking, I'm like, well, if he's buying broken phones, he must have somebody who's going to fix them up, and then
Well, I'm the one that taught everyone how to fix phones that I know.
Yeah.
Because I used to enjoy fixing phones. I love fixing phones. I trust me fixing phones over anybody. But outsourcing is something that I'm trying to do more.
Right.
So I allow them to do it, and 9 times out of 10 it's good. I do my own phones when I buy them though. Like if I buy a cracked phone, I'll fix it because
I gotta for personal use. You mean?
Yeah, because like if I buy that phone to sell, I fix it because then I gotta cut somebody else in.
I got you.
I'm not doing that. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I do have one of the repairmen that is interested in actually teaching people, which is really rare because a lot of repair people are just weird and selfish, and they don't want to help other people learn.
Right, they don't want to give away the trade secrets and all.
Which is fixing.
And my understanding, based on my limited exposure to the repair market, anyway, consists of that 70%, 60, 70, if not more, I would say, from what I understand, of repairs come down to one of 2 repairs: repairing the screen or repairing cracked back glass. If you can do those 2 repairs, you'll be able to repair the vast majority of phones that you come across.
Yeah.
So.
That is true. And that like once you get that point to where you can get those phones fixed, you'll open up a whole nother door.
Well, I mean, Jesus, some of the posts that I see, what is his name? Homelander, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
The guy with the dippy looking picture of Trump. So
yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean he's doing everything from PC stuff to iPads to phones to
Yeah, and that's cool. And again, that's the luxury of knowing how to do it. But you just also really gotta realize when you fix a phone, there's no guarantee it's gonna work. There's no guarantee that it's going to have the same quality. So it's some ups and some downs.
For
Trust
sure.
me, some ups and some downs for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. But hey, what can you do? What can you do?
Hey Amber, can you check the hammer? So
AirPods.
any thought processes insofar as if I'm doing the wholesale box like we're talking about and the AirPod situation, I know you've been talking about it recently on the live, etc. I know not putting Apple anywhere in the listing is a huge deal, and I know people screw up on the Lightning listing as far as putting the word Lightning in their descriptions, etc.
Yes, they do a lot.
And they put Apple in the branding, they put Apple in the title, or they put Lightning in the description, and they screw themselves time and time again. So I won't lie, when I list these and I fuck it up, which I'm sure I will, I will send you a screenshot and ask you bluntly, what did I F up?
Yeah. And it's always changing, right? So listing AirPods is it's a game, man. Like I tell people, because I have a lot of people ask me how to do it, and I'll know the answer one day, and then one day it might change. And that's okay. You know what I mean? And that's what I'll be trying to tell people that watch the old videos of when I taught people how to when I teach them how to list AirPods, they'll sit there and they'll literally scold me on, oh, this method didn't work and X, Y, and Z. But I tried.
Then there's lightning listed somewhere in the description. I know.
Yeah.
I remember in one of the video, you're like, did you put lightning in the description? And they're like, no, I'm pretty sure I didn't. And then they come back later and they're like, yeah, there was lightning in the description.
Yep. Yep. I have a young man. I have a young man. You can do both.
Hold that thought, Brandon. What was that, babe?
How long should I put it on for? It doesn't look done.
Okay, if it doesn't look done, go ahead and pop it in for another, let's say, 45 minutes. All right.
45 minutes?
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
I got a 10.65 pound effing ham, so it's taken a while to cook.
Yes, sir.
But that's gonna be some juicy tastiness when it's done.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for Thanksgiving, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna drizzle some raw honey over it, so it's got a honey glaze too.
Sounds good.
We don't use the glaze mix because it's got all kinds of nasty shit in it. My son has Crohn's, so we use raw honey for the honey glaze.
As you should. Yeah, that's the only thing I would use. I'm
Yep.
still perfecting my cooking. I mean, I can cook.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but Thanksgiving food, cooking it like my grandmother cooks it is a bit different.
Oh yeah, that's on a whole nother level. I feel you.
Yeah, you know. So.
Every time, I'll be honest with you. Ever since my grandmother's been gone, I won't lie. Thanksgiving and Halloween just doesn't have more than anything. Thanksgiving and Christmas for me now is giving the kids a good experience, because for me it doesn't hold any more magic, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, and I agree. And you know, as I got older, the holidays got worse. And I'm a big holiday person. Like, I enjoy holidays because it brings up good memories, and especially now that I have kids, it's like I enjoy it even more, right? But for some reason, it's just not the same. No matter how much I try to make it, I don't know why. It just it sucks, but
it's fun, but it you don't feel it in your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it doesn't feel how it used to. Like the block used to be lit up. You know, like everywhere used to be lit up, and you know. I
remember my grandmother's house when they had 18 acres in Northern California on a farm, and I mean, they had a big ass backyard with like a driveway, and you know, you'd look your head out the back door of the house and there'd be like 15, 20 vehicles there for like Thanksgiving. Okay. Like my grandmother, like if I was around back in the day and I was like, you know, going to run an army, my first order of business would be to secure my grandmother as the cook. Cause that would be a happy ass army. You feel me?
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. So. Listen, I hear that. Man, listen. Food is like I'm a big sweet potato pie guy. So.
Oh, nice. I must confess, I was not a sweet potato fan when I was younger. But since my son has Crohn's and he can't eat potatoes, I have transitioned to where I use sweet potatoes in place of potatoes in all my dishes.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Like I have made sweet potato fries.
I love those.
I have made fried sweet potatoes with bits of ham and bacon and onion. What else have we done? I have not done stuffed, like I have not done you know, baked sweet potato with sour cream. I haven't done that yet. But just about every other way you can imagine a sweet potato, you know, or excuse me, a potato, I should say.
Did you ever roast them?
Roast them like on a barbecue?
No, like you know how you have those what are they called? I actually just made it. Like you know how you have rosemary potatoes?
Oh, you talking mashed?
Not mashed, but you know how you have them where they cut up, but they're dried, like they're baked. And
okay.
I
You're
don't know.
talking like where you put them with herbs and spices
Yeah,
and
yep.
wrap them in tinfoil and
Yeah.
pop them in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I admittedly, you know what? Now that you mention it, I have not done that. I'm gonna have to do that.
Because that's my favorite way of eating potatoes, and I've never tried that with sweet potatoes, which I'm thinking about doing now.
Yeah, me too. It sounds tasty. I confess, my favorite way to eat sweet potatoes thus far is probably I take some olive oil, I take some coconut oil, I fry up about 3 or 4 sweet potatoes along with a mixture of either ham cuttings or bacon pieces, and a whole fried onion. And that is some effing grub, let me tell you.
I bet.
So.
Yeah, I mean, hey, food is the way to the heart.
Oh yeah. I just know my sons get aggravated because they can't have a lot of sugar stuff. So.
Yeah, but you can always substitute that, especially with honey.
Oh yeah. Well, we use a combination of a couple of things. We do monk fruit. I don't know if you've heard of monk fruit before.
I have not.
Monk fruit is a sugar substitute, but it's not synthetic. It comes from monk fruit.
That's what I would assume. So monk fruit is not a fruit. Well, it is a fruit, but
it's basically monk fruit flakes, so to speak. Just like I don't know if you're familiar with stevia.
No.
Believe it or not, stevia is an actual herb, and it makes a sweet taste.
Really?
Similar to sugar. So stevia is not synthetic. Monk fruit is not synthetic, and obviously honey are not synthetic. Now, obviously, bear in mind, not all stevia and not all monk fruit are created equal.
Okay.
There are some cheap SOBs that try to ride the gravy train as far as selling it, in the hopes that people will buy this because it's monk fruit, even though it's not quote unquote clean and it's not quote unquote quality. It's got all kinds of added fillers.
Yeah, they do that with everything. Like I'm talking about even shampoo. Like we brought like shampoo from eBay. It's some shampoo that to me like it's a really good shampoo. But long story short, I'm a real big I like taking care of my hair. Like I really do. And I was shampooing my hair with this stuff, and it just kept drying my hair. And I'm like, hey,
I miss my hair.
I'm like, do you notice that this is so dry? And long story short, it was fake. People were selling fake shampoo. I'm like, what the heck? So I learned my lesson.
My wife recently had to get a new shampoo because it was causing her hair to dry out and crack and shit. And now she's got some good stuff, but me, I don't care. I just use I don't have any damn hair anyway, so I just shave my head and call it good and use regular soap because I don't have any hair that I have to worry about anymore. Yeah. So been that way since I was 23. So
yeah, I mean, hey, it doesn't hurt. I mean,
what's that?
I ain't gonna lie, it's a blessing and a curse not to have hair now, okay? Because I mean, you don't got to do all the extra stuff, and when you do have hair, it's like you gotta do all this extra stuff to make sure your hair look cool and good and healthy and all of that. So
I don't know that I'd fit in anymore, honestly, because when I still had hair, I picture the '80s.
Picture the '80s. Sheesh, that's way back.
Long hair. Like seriously. Like shoulder blade length hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
But anyway.
Um.
So I wasn't sure what you thought about the idea of the product box and the AirPods because Yeah,
to sum it up, what I would say is this, man. So when it comes to the product box is going to get you a whole bunch of assets, right? So you can get a product box. If you get the product box, you'll be basically accumulating physical products. A lot of us like to drop ship and all of that. But like I say, like I really, that's the way I envision it is this. You have a storefront. Do you want to have customers come in and have to order products and then come back in to get them, or do you want to have those customers be able to go into your store, make it a one-stop shop, go get their product and leave? And one thing I hate is when I go to like a cell phone store, or when I used to go to GameStop back in the day, and or even if I'm getting clothes or whatever, and they say I gotta order it. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that. I want my stuff right away. And that's sort of kind of how it is when I'm selling.
You know, I laugh because honestly, you know, I can remember in the 80s and 90s when I'd order something through the mail, and standard delivery rate was anywhere between like 2 to 4 weeks for delivery back in those days. So the fact that people nowadays are so trained to the 2-day Amazon shipping cycle, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand when they order something and they're waiting 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That they're like, wow, this is taking a long time. I get that. But I feel like if they're bitching after the 3rd or 4th day, I'm like, Jesus, you just ordered it. Chill. You know what I mean?
Who are you telling? Who are you telling, man? Listen, trust me. I sympathize with you.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, as long as I order it and it's there by like day 5, 7, I'm good. You know what I mean? Personally.
Man, listen. When you ship a lot of products, man, you see it all. Because, see, here's the thing, man. Everything can't be perfect, right? You're always going to have just weird, coincidental things come up. And it's been so many times UPS sent me text messages saying, hey, this is UPS. The package is still at the facility. Please give us a call. And it's like, I give them a call, get nothing but an answer machine, and then I got to do all this extra stuff. It's so annoying. And like, I'm about to
ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Why was it? Why is this a situation where you've shipped something or you ordered something?
Yeah. These are situations when I ship something. So, prime example, I got one yesterday, and these are mostly like not always consistent, but it's like every 300 pair of AirPods I sell, it might be one. But it's like your package has arrived at the way. I'm reading the text right now. It says your package, and it comes from like a email, and it's like your package has arrived at the warehouse and cannot be delivered due to incomplete address information. Please confirm your address at the link, right? But I didn't put the address in. The customer put the address in, and then you got to go back and you got to try to contact that customer, and then you got to do all of this stuff. It's like, but the customer wants their product, you know, in a day or two, but it's just always issues, man. Sometimes, like, it's like you can never get away from it. So that just brings me to my point of when you were like, yeah, it used to be so fast. It's like, I don't know how, instead of making the process easier, they found a way to just make it just more just annoying, you know? And you should call me instead of texting me.
Yeah, the fact that you're dealing with a situation where they're bitching about an address that the customer screwed up on, let's face it, that's an operator error. And what I mean by operator error is it's the customer fucked up and didn't give you all the info.
Yep. And the customer, you should be contacting the customer because, again, now I do have times where they actually call me and they say, hey, can we get the customer's information? Because I don't know. It may be, their address is the wrong zip code or whatever. And it's like, oh my God, I done seen it all, man.
And I'm sure they're just as pissed off and aggravated as you are, because let's face it, they see it every effing day.
And guess who has to deal with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which I don't really complain. I'm grateful and thankful for any situation that I'm in, because I'm just blessed to be able to be in the position I'm in. You know, I will never be ungrateful.
It just sucks that people, like, case in point, you know, it sucks that when people are looking at a listing to buy, they can't read the damn listing.
Right.
And number two, when they're ordering something Why can't they double check their shipping info and make sure it's accurate and complete? Ultimately, it just comes down to double check your stuff and don't be lazy.
Yeah, because it's like I can't do much about it, you know. I only
Yeah.
can make sure, and you know that's just how life. That's how life is. That's how business is. But
Yeah.
again, that's just the stuff that you run across, man. That's just the stuff
Right.
you run across. But
For
hey,
sure. For
gotta love it. It's the American dream.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
But yeah, so in a nutshell, I would definitely say, buying a product box or buying AirPods, whatever one makes you feel comfortable, or I would say goes with the process that you want to take on. Cool.
I think I like both, because let's face it, like you stated multiple times, and I know you're right. When you look at the price of the products in the wholesale box averaged out at $3 and change a piece, I mean, all you have to do is literally sell every item for $7 or more. You know what I mean? And you've doubled your damn money.
And also bundle them.
Or bundle them, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's ultimately, as far as offer up, especially, assuming I put any of it on offer up. Was I thinking? No, excuse me. On not offer up, on Mercari. I know on Mercari, sometimes, especially with like chargers and stuff, it's going to be tricky to be able to list items, not only just following quote unquote sold listings and emulating the listings for trying to get better results, but having it at a price point to where Mercari's not bitching at you that you haven't quote unquote priced the item just right for optimal sale time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Mercari is just going off of what other people are listing them as. Like,
right.
Mercari is just stupid in its entirety.
But let's face it, it's going to be a combination of both, because even if you optimize your listing, if your price point is higher than everybody else, it's going to be harder to sell. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
So. Yeah. In most cases, that is true, because that decreases your chances because of your competition.
Right. And I'm sure there are tricks that you can show me, so I'll probably be asking, about those kinds of things as far as for listing on Mercari, etc.
Oh yeah, definitely. We could do that next time too. I'm definitely down for that. That'd definitely be cool.
Because eBay doesn't seem like that's as big of a problem. I mean, I've seen pricing on eBay that runs from the ridiculously underpriced to the ridiculously above the median average, so to speak, on items, and everything on the high end and the low end. I'll see that those items are selling, and it kind of baffles me.
So
whereas with Mercari, it seems like most of the people that are selling fastest, obviously, are the ones that have it not only well listed but also at a lower price point.
Yeah, and they're making less money, and that's the thing. For Mercari, it's not about making the most money. What it really is about is selling the most, having the most listings, and that's how. Like Mercari gives me thrift store vibes. That's sort of kind of what, like it.
Right.
Mercari is good, but at the same time, it's really beneficial to people that are trying to save.
Right.
As far as eBay is more beneficial for people that need.
Right. Now, I'm assuming with Mercari, when you're listing a lot of items like that and you start getting traction to where, you've gotten 20, 30, 40, 50 sales, that, you're going to start seeing more people come to your store, etc., and check out your shop, and you're not going to have to worry about being, quote unquote, the best price point anymore. Would you say that that's true? Would you say that's true or not true? Or is it still always kind of a consideration?
So when it comes to price point, I've had a journey with that, right? So I've been in the phase of, okay, I want to have the cheapest price, right?
Right.
But then having that cheap price got me some sales, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then I walk into a store that I know doesn't look better than mine, doesn't have better products than mine, and they list the names higher. Then I think to myself, well, I must be undervaluing myself.
When you say walking into a store, we're still talking about OfferUp, or are you talking about a cell phone physical store? Sorry.
So I'm sorry. I could say walking into a store, which is physical, but also I'll say going to or looking at another listing that is selling a product. Prime example, AirPod reps, right?
Okay.
I may see somebody selling AirPod reps for a higher price than mine. I know for a fact these are the same cheap AirPods that are going to make this customer return.
DH Gate or Alibaba shit. Yeah,
right.
I got you.
That people are so fascinated with, and then I'm like, okay, I'm undervaluing myself, and that's where it's like, okay, now I need to, like, my main thing is I want to be in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. I don't necessarily want to scramble for pennies, but neither do I want to never sell anything either.
Yeah, like I don't want to be the cheapest. Like that's my new thing. I don't want to be the cheapest because I've been the cheapest for years, and being the cheapest, it does get you sales, but
you work your ass off for it too.
Yeah, am I building a business or am I building a social club? Like, even when it comes to like courses, mentorships, any of that, right? Like, even right now, I have cheap prices. I don't overcharge people. I try and give people as much respect when it comes to my prices as possible.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. That video where you were talking about that guy who was confused about the buyer's price list, I was baffled by how confused he was. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying I haven't misinterpreted shit on the site as far as some of the things I've misinterpreted, like the discrepancy between, like, when you have a course listed under one name, but then the title of the product is another. That was a little distracting and confusing to me because I'm like, why isn't there continuity, so to speak? You know?
Right.
But I didn't understand why he was so baffled by the price list, and I'm like, maybe he hasn't had any, like, maybe dealing with Brandon and dealing with Brandon's YouTube channel, because I tried to put myself in his shoes. Maybe dealing with Brandon's price list and dealing with Brandon's YouTube channel is his absolute first exposure to the phone flipping, market, so to speak.
Right.
Because anybody who's ever looked at Atlas, pretty quickly understands what the price list is. Yes, I mean, whether you like their prices or not,
that's different.
But you understand the price list pretty readily, and it's pretty intuitive. So the fact that he was so confused by it, I was like, I don't understand why he was confused. I mean, not trying to bash the guy. I was just like, wow, it was so left field. I didn't get it.
So, and that's the interesting thing. Like, I'll use the most recent incident where somebody was confused and I was confused that they were confused, which is yesterday, I think, when somebody commented on a Discord. And I mean, again, like you said, I'm not trying to bash the person, it is what it is, but the person was like, where can I get AirPods from? I sent them the link, and he's like, oh, that's too high. He was like, no offense, bro, but that's a bit too expensive.
Oh yeah, I remember this post. He was looking for something he could sell for $30 to $50.
Right, and he was like, yeah, that's a
he was looking for a DH Gate and Alibaba shit.
Right. So,
which I'm confused by, because I'm like, dude, why are you lowering your standards?
Exactly, but then it turns out, then he messages me. He's like, oh wait, is the 155 for 4 of them? I thought it was for 1, but it's like,
oh, but it says 4 pieces.
It does say 4 pieces.
I could understand if somebody was like, does that mean 2 sets of headphones or 2 sets of AirPods?
Yeah, like individual pods, yeah.
Right. Like that would kind of make sense, but to think that you're buying one for 155 when it says 4 pieces to me is like baffling too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that's just what people just interpret what they want, but once they see the full picture, it is you take it or leave it. But it's just interesting to me on how this person said it's a bit too expensive. Like that matters to me, you know what I mean? Because it's like, prime example, if you go to if I go to a Tesla dealership right now, and I say, hey, I would like to get the Tesla Model X, right? And then they tell me the price of it. And
I imagine it's got to be six figures.
Right. But then I say, oh, you know what, man? After test driving this, I'm not going to lie to you, man. This is just too expensive. The car salesman is going to look at me like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to finance? Like it's like it's not like I'm going to take the price down or I even can. You know what I mean? The value is the value, and that's what people just have to understand. You get what you put in. You know what I mean? You get what you put in.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Teslas are nice, but to me, Tesla is still a luxury vehicle. Let's face it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, God forbid if I ever get to the point where, you know, I'm pulling 5 figures a month or something, then, you know, maybe we'll talk. But my problem is I'm living in an area where, you know, an electric vehicle doesn't make any bloody sense.
Yeah.
If I was gonna splurge money on, you know, a spiffy car, I'll be honest with you, I would probably rather have like a 60s muscle car, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me.
That's probably me. I'm more of a Tesla guy. I ain't gonna lie, because that's just, I just like the fact that it's an electric car, but at the same time, it's probably something I wouldn't like once I have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You definitely might consider leasing one before buying one for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And I actually, before we get off, I do want to say, I did actually start reading What Would the Rockefellers Do as well. So.
Did you?
Yeah. So
damn good book, ain't it?
Definitely a good book. So
yeah.
After we get off of here, I'm definitely going to be reading more of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely great recommendation.
If you are interested as far as live content, I don't know how you feel about it, but I was going to share with you a link. I can't find the damn. I apologize. I can't find the damn link where they discuss the phone script.
Okay.
But I typed every effing thing down that they said and put it in script format.
Okay.
And I basically took your approach and combined it with their approach.
Yeah.
And utilized the best of both worlds. And I have to tell you, the number of people giving me clown faces and laughing at me and cussing me out and insulting me has actually gone down a lot. I will say that. Which I find interesting.
Yeah. Hey. Man, listen. So, I didn't and listen. I get those mostly on Facebook, honestly.
Really? I get them on OfferUp a lot too.
I get them on Facebook. I got a couple of them today. But
yeah.
It is what it is.
For sure.
But yeah, Andrew, I'm about to get off.
No worries. Okay.
Because I have to.
I'm thinking I'm gonna order that because, like you said in the video, you know, if I can get pods coming in and selling them on a consistent basis, along with the product box, let's face it, now I'm generating money that I can either buy more product with and or I can buy more phones with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's the way I'm taking it. I mean, I'll keep doing my research as far as on trending products for the potential of now until, you know, Christmas time, so to speak.
Yeah.
But you know, having been doing it, you know, for 2-3 weeks now, it's very frustrating to do. It's very frustrating to do all that without having some sort of tangible product on the side that's making money too.
And that's the thing. You just got to pivot, man. And I said this on a live the other day. the successful people, because somebody on a live asked me, he said, am I going to, something about like, how much money am I going to make phone flipping?
Yeah, like how much how much money can I make flipping phones?
Yeah, something like that. And I just went on a whole rant because that's just a coward question.
Yeah, it's a loaded question. It's a loaded question. How much are you gonna do? Input versus output.
Yeah, it's like, bro, that's like me getting on my knees and asking God, am I gonna wake up tomorrow? Like, it's not in my hands, right? I don't know.
But that's like going to the store and bitching, how much am I gonna win on the lotto, but never buying a ticket.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's
that's
like
that's what that is, in my opinion.
I don't know. It's up to you, but the most important thing is understanding the pivot. If something doesn't go right for you, pivot. You know what I mean? Keep trying. Don't, because you never know where the journey's leading you. It's leading you somewhere. But I'm gonna tell you something. It will not lead you somewhere if you quit. You feel me? Yeah. So that's the biggest thing, man. That's the biggest thing, and we just gotta continue to grow, as individuals, but definitely as people believing in ourselves. We all have some type of belief in ourselves, and we just gotta continue and make sure our belief is stronger than anybody else around us, because people are not always going to believe in us, even our significant others or family members. I'm not expecting anybody to believe in something as much as I believe in it. You know, I know myself. And
let's face it. Smiling faces. You know, smiling, friendly faces are not always. How would I say that? Smiling, friendly faces that you love and faces that are friends are not always gonna see things the way you see them.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely.
And unfortunately, when they look down on or they condemn or criticize, it's going to be harder for you to push past it, because you're probably going to put more value in what they say.
Yeah, that's how I used to be, until I realized that nobody can understand me that hasn't had the kahunas to do what I do, you know?
Right, I understand. I'm just saying it's hard. It's still harder to push it aside, because you still care about the people. Is all I'm saying.
Heck yeah, you're completely right. You know what I mean? You care about the people so much, and you just want them to understand and get what you're trying to accomplish. And also, let's face it, just support you.
Case in point, the guy you were talking about the other day who works in as a contractor and his back hurts all the time. You know.
Yeah. I just met with him today, actually. And again, like that stuff. Listen, it's hard, man. Being an entrepreneur is hard, man, but so beautiful at the same time.
Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm glad you're enjoying the book.
Yes, sir. A great recommendation.
I'll if I come across any more tidbits, etc., I will. I'll let you know for sure.
Let me know for sure. All right, and I appreciate you. And again, let's continue to work, and great things are coming, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good night. Get some rest.
All right, man. You too.
All right. Watch out with that Tesla.
I got you. All right. All right, y'all. I'm finna get off. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. If you have not been tuning in this whole time, if y'all could like this video, it would mean so much to me. Please like the video. Please like it. Please like it. It's the only way I know that you guys like it, man. But please have a good night, y'all. I love y'all. You know I got your back like a broad strap. Shout out to Sleepy Jet, man. You already know, man. I got your back, bro. Like, you don't even gotta worry about none of that. Free game all day. You feel me? I'm here. When I'm here, I'm locked in. I got you. If you need me, but see, I will give you free game when I see, like, yo, you really want, you know what I mean? You just ask and receive, all right? I don't really got no extraordinary ending, you know what I mean? But just know I got you, and no matter what, I'm always here to help. I'm not here to do for you, but I'm here to help you. And you definitely should have got the pods from the connectwireless.com. That's what I'm saying. But You get what I meant by the whole DH-gate AirPods is you get what you pay for, and you just gotta just be smart. That's it, man. But nevertheless, man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for talking to me. I love when y'all talk to me on here, man. It means so much, man. When y'all talk to me, and you know, including the Discord, when y'all be all quiet and acting all shy and all that, it's like, bro, like, what you acting shy for? Like, what you acting shy for? Like, I went to a class today. I went into this business class today. I was so late to this class. It was at Temple University. Just teaching people about business and stuff. And I'm late for this class. I'm late. You feel me? I'm late. Like, I'm about to walk into a class I ain't never been in before. I'm mad late. I'm like, oh, man. I go and sit down. And I feel like, dang, I'm just late. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a late boy. Like, everybody about to look at me like I'm crazy. But, y'all know what I did? I sat there, and I was like, yo, what's up, everybody? I do X, Y, and Z. I started talking, and all of that stuff. Heck yeah, DH-gate sucked. That's a fact, Pluto. But I just started talking, and I met a bunch of nice people there, and it's just like, closed mouths don't get fed, and if you can ask questions or give advice, bro, like, you never know where that's going to take you. I always tell people, I built 4 businesses with 4 people I never met off of YouTube. You feel me? Like, it's so much potential. It's so much potential of us networking and growing. And, like, this is becoming a community that is embracing the hustle slowly but surely. You feel me? Oh, Pluto, I appreciate you, my guy. Use everyone and they work. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. It's just like, at the end of the day, this is growing, y'all, and it sort of kind of is very overwhelming because, like, I'm being dead serious. Last year, this time, my life was just crappy. You know, I was doing YouTube and everything, but my life was just, like, my life ain't perfect right now. You know what I mean? I still feel depressed sometimes. I still feel sad sometimes. I still feel broke sometimes. I still feel like nobody sometimes. I still feel empty. I still feel like I gotta wake up and prove more. But I'm just so grateful that I see progress. Like, that's where I'm grateful at. So, like, even my guy that was just talking and him not seeing certain success in certain areas that he's busting his butt at, it's like, yo, just because I go to the court every day to play ball, right, and practice my jump shot every single day, it does not mean I'm going to make the NBA. You feel me? Like, I've been playing basketball since I was 6 years old. Like, on recreation, high school, middle school, all that, right? But I'm not in the NBA, and I should be. I'm not lying. Like, I'm the best basketball player alive, but that's probably not the best basketball player alive. But I'm very, very good. But and I'm not just saying that. I'm literally, like, saying that because other people say that. You know what I mean? I'm just, like, they said I could be they said that I was destined to be the next LeBron. But nevertheless, that already speaks to the fact of hard work does not bring results. That's not true. Okay, hard work does not just get you success. Like, hard work does bring results, but the results may not lead you to the place that you expected, right? So I just want to say, like, me being able to actually be here on this live with you guys, me being able to release videos and all that stuff with you guys is a dream come true. You feel me? Like, it's something I never thought that I'd be able to do and enjoy. And I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Oh no, I'm gonna really check on you then, cause watching the video. Oh man, thank you, Pluto. What made it issue should be tomorrow. Yep. Trust in God. And it's always tomorrow. You feel me? And it's like, we at the end of the day we are family, bro. Like, this is what me as an entrepreneur I wish I had. You know, just people that are on the same goal, but at the same time we all go through our own pain points. You know. But hey, we gonna get it no matter what. You feel me? There ain't nobody about to stop us. You know, nobody can stop us. You feel me? But I'm about to get some rest, y'all. And then I'm gonna be on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be on tomorrow morning at 10:30. Tomorrow, Friday, y'all. You feel me? Make sure y'all listen. Make sure y'all turning up and getting this month of money, all right? Tomorrow, Friday. You feel me? We gotta get this chicken. Thank you, Pluto. Yeah, man. Pull up in the Discord, man. I love talking to y'all in the Discord. Like, I don't talk that much in the Discord, but I see everything, and when I can respond, I'm responding. You feel me? But I care about y'all, and at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, this community only gonna grow. I'm gonna keep coming up with great ideas to keep helping everybody. Again, I hope y'all see, like, I don't just bring videos to y'all and then, you know what I mean, that's it. I'm trying to bring physical things. I'm trying to bring mental things. I'm trying to bring communities together. All of that, all right? So, I'm about to get some rest, y'all, and get prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I need to actually stay up and go over some things I learned in class in this folder. Because if y'all think I'm lying, I really did. You know what I mean? I really did go to class. You feel me? I really did. Like, I'm not lying. I be telling y'all the truth. You feel me? All of these papers and stuff. Like I'm in college. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I hope that you guys continue to work on your dreams. Get 2% better. Do not go to sleep with your mission unfinished or without a goal for tomorrow. Before you go to sleep, that's all I ask of you. Make sure you have a goal for tomorrow to become successful and keep things ahead of you. All right, y'all? So, peace. We locked in for show, and I'll see y'all later.